Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything. Channel likes try anything so you don't have to. Today's video is going to be a tutorial video about how to operate the CASIO A-163, which has a module number of 593. Now there is another watch that shares this same module number, which is the CASIO F91W. So if you've already seen the tutorial video about this watch, then please click away because it is more or less the same thing. So if you are new to this watch and you don't own the CASIO F91W, then please carry on watching. So first things, there's going to be time codes listed in the description box below. There will also be a link that will take you off to the instructions on the CASIO website for this watch, and there'll also be a link that will take you off to Amazon for various CASIO watches. So let's begin with how to operate the CASIO A-163 and how to understand it a little bit more better. So first of all, let's explain the display. So the display is very easy to understand. What you've got in the main timekeeping mode, you've got TU, which is the day of the week. So it's going to be Tuesday in this example. You've got the date within the month, which is going to be the 7th. You've got an indicator here of whether it's going to be PM or 24 hours. Now, obviously, it's 1 o'clock PM or 1:01 PM, which we're filming this video, so the PM will be highlighted there. Now, it doesn't indicate an AM. So obviously, if you don't see an indication of that and you are in the 12-hour mode, you are in what would be pre-noon hours. Now, underneath that, you've got the hours, you've got the minutes, and then you've got the seconds. So that's really the timekeeping mode display in a nutshell. Now the pushers to the left here and one to the right down the bottom, these operate certain things where you got light, and it'll also do other operations depending on the mode or what kind of function you are trying to do on the watch. So you've got one here which indicates light. That will allow you to cycle through the modes, and that there allow you to change 12 hours and 24 hours on the main timekeeping mode. So let's just quickly show you the light function in this watch and how to use it. So I'm going to move this watch off to the left and I'm going to press the light button. What you'll see, I'm showing you a little clip of what it's like in darkness and semi-darkness. You'll see the little LED light here. Now, as I say, it shares the same module as the F91W, so the light is not brilliant on these watches, the backlight. So just be aware of that fact, but that's how you operate it. It's very easily done just by pressing that top left-hand button. Now, what I'm going to quickly show you, because as we're on the timekeeping mode screen, I'm going to show you how to adjust the date, time and 24-hour part of this watch. So first of all, let's just change it from 12 to 24 hour by just pressing this button here, and it's easily done. As you can see, we're at 1300 hours, or what would be 24 hour indication of what would be 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's also known as military time in the USA. So 24 hours. If you want to pop back to 12 hours, press it again, back to 24 and back to 12 again. Now, the mode that the format that you have the time in, whether it's going to be 12 hours or 24 hours, it will reflect that on the alarm as well. So just bear that in mind. Now, to adjust the time, what you need to do, you need to cycle through the modes until you go back to the timekeeping mode, but what you've got is the adjustment function. So for example here, if I want to reset the seconds, you can see I'm easily resetting the seconds because that's what it's flashing on. Now, just to bear in mind, if that value of the seconds is over 30 seconds, it will add a value of 1 to the minute counter there. So just bear that in mind. And again, I'm going to reset the seconds. So as you can see, easily resettable via that button down the bottom right hand corner. To move the actual selection onto what would be the hours, you press the top left hand button, and again I want to change it to say 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So there you go, you just move it on or just advance it. So obviously if you go way past it, you've just got to keep your finger on the button and just do it again. And as you can see, it doesn't indicate any AM, but you are in the early hours of pre-noon in the afternoon. So there you go, we're back to 12, 1, 2 and 3. There you go. Now let's adjust it. So let's pretend it is, say, 3 o'clock. So I'm going to fast forward this time through to 300. Let me just quickly zoom on. Just quickly do it, and it's easily done. And as you can see, let's get to 3 o'clock. Now obviously that's going to change to 3:01 because of the seconds, but then that's it. Now what I want to do, I want to move it on to changing the date. So you press it again one more time while it's still flashing, and again we're in March, so that's not a problem, but I want to change it to March the 8th. So press that and then move it 1 to, so you press that to move it 1, and then I press that again to increase the value by 1. Now you can't go backwards, so you can only go forward, so just bear that in mind. And then I just want to change the day of the week, because obviously it's going to be Wednesday the 8th of March 2023. And there you go, that's the calendar date and time set. And I just press that button there, and there you go, it's all set. So it's now 3:01 p.m. with 32 seconds on the 8th of March, and it's a Wednesday. And that's it, and that's how you set the date, time, 12 hours and 24-hour part of the CASIO A-163. Right then, the next function we're going to discuss or talk about or show you how to use will be the alarm function. Now what I did, I just pressed the mode button once from the main time screen, and it's put me onto the alarm function. Now you can see at the top it's got AL, which denotes that you are in the alarm. Now at the minute there's no alarms activated, and it's on the, what I would say, the stock 12 o'clock midnight time. So if you want to change, if you want to activate the alarm without setting the alarm or anything like that, so you've got the alarm set to a time that you're happy with and you want to turn it on, all you do, you just press the bottom right hand button, and as you can see you've got the alarm on function. And if you want the hourly signal on instead of the alarm, you press it one more time. Now the hourly signal will allow the watch to beep on the hour every hour. If you want both of them on, you press it again. And if you want both of them off, you press it one more time. So as you can see, alarm on, hourly signal on, both of them on, both of them off. Right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to adjust what time we want the daily alarm to go off. So what you do, you press the top left hand button, and as you can see, the hours are starting to flash on the alarm. Now, I want it to go off at 7:30 every morning, ready for work or anything like that. So while it's flashing, just press this button here and move it up to what would be 7. Now, if it was 7 in the evening, obviously, let's just quickly zoom past it. Because I've got it in 12-hour format, it's now going to say 7 p.m. But I want it 7:30 in the morning. So I'll quickly flash through to that. And as you can see, there's the 7. Now I want to go onto the minutes the minutes marker. So there you go, and I want to put that up to 30. 7, 8, 9, 30, and that's it. And that's the alarm set. Now that watch will sound at 7:30 every day while that alarm icon is activated. But if I just want to turn it off, as I've shown you before, you just do that, and that's the alarm off. That's how you set and activate the daily alarm and the hourly signal on the CASIO A-163. So the next function we're going to talk about the stopwatch. So if we just move along a couple just to the stopwatch. Now this stopwatch will measure an elapsed time in hundredths of a second. It'll also do a split time feature. It also features what would be known as first and second finish times. So to measure an elapsed time, all you do, you press the bottom right hand button while you're in the stopwatch mode, which is indicated by the ST. And as you can see, it is now measuring an elapsed time in hundreds of a second there. And obviously you can see the seconds there, and then that'll be the minute counter there. So if I want to stop the stopwatch, because I've measured the elapsed time that I needed to measure, and I want to reset it, easily done as that. Now, if I want to indicate a split time, so obviously if I'm doing like laps in a race and stuff like that, start the stopwatch, and then what you press is this button up the top left hand corner, and you got your lap time there. What you'll notice is that the time column will carry on flashing, and that means the stopwatch is still activated, measuring an elapsed time. So if I release the lap time and then press stop, and as you can see, it was measuring an elapsed time, and I've just stopped it now. And all you got to do is just reset it there, and that's it. Now, if you want to measure what is known as first and second finish time, so for example, you've got two runners in a race, and the first runner does it in a great time, and then you want to measure the second runner as well, it is easily done with this watch. So the race begins, and the first runner does it in an amazing time. So as they're going through what would be the finish line, you just press the top left hand button, and that would be their finish time there. So 7 seconds and 26 hundredths of a second. So they are very fast getting through that finish line. Now, what you want to do when the second person, as they're going through the finish line, you press stop. And if you want to see how quick they did that racing, you press what would be the top left hand button to release that lap, and that is their second finish time, 22 seconds 73 hundredths of a second. And then you just press reset at the top, and then that's it. And that's the stopwatch on this watch, which is very easy to understand, and I hope I've explained it really well. Right, the final thing to show is how to adjust the bracelet on the CASIO A-163W, and it's easily done. What you need is a little screwdriver type implement or just something that will just go into this little hole here, and what you need to do is just pick that out like that, and then what you can then do is adjust the bracelet attachment as easily as that. And then once you found your desired thickness or what would fit on your wrist, you just find an area where you can, I believe it tends to be in between the links, where you can just push it down like that, and that's how you adjust what would be the bracelet on this watch. And as I say, that's it really to this video, and I hope this video has helped, and if it has, then please give it a thumbs up. It always helps the channel. If you want to see more videos coming from the We Try Anything channel, then click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.